The reason why the case was only very recently advertised is a bit of a mystery. The deceased died in 2002, but his estate was only advertised on the list in 2010. I don't know exactly why that's happened, but one obvious reason is that his albums are selling. Royalties are due to him, and his estate needs to be settled.
As a published singer-songwriter, Tim would have been earning royalties from the sale and performance of his records throughout his life, and that would have continued for the 8 years since his death.
The reality is that even after you've died, you can earn money from your performances and your work for quite some time, provided they're sold, provided they're played on radio or TV or in public places. Accounts are made, and by the end of the year, it all tots up to being, hopefully, a significant sum.
But how many records did Tim Rose sell over his checkered career? And were they still selling even after his death?
I think Tim is the classic nearly man of rock music, really. He was almost there on several occasions. There were several times where he nearly had a hit single in this country. He went on Top of the Pops, he was on the radio a lot, he was playing live and getting lots of acclaim, lots of good reviews, but it didn't quite happen. The highlight of Tim Rose's career was his first solo album, so he peaked early, and it is a classic of its time, there's no doubt about it. It's a great album.
One track on that record, Hey Joe, would prove to be the most important of Tim's career. But what success he had was soon overshadowed by another up-and-coming American artist.
Very shortly after Tim did a version of the song, Jimi Hendrix had a hit single with a slow version of the song that sounds very, very similar to Tim's version, and he felt hard done by. Hendrix had the big hit with the song, but Tim had done the arrangement.
Although Tim was disappointed that he never made the big time, in the end, it was the music and the fans that mattered.
His first London show for nearly 20 years at the Half Moon pub in Putney, and it was absolutely packed. A lot of people who remembered him at the time, and then a subsequent generation of people who got into him as his records had been reissued. You could almost see him being blown away by the response. And very touchingly, I thought, at the end of the show, he stood at the door and shook hands with every member of the audience as they left. It was like a vicar saying goodbye to people leaving church.